Well, everybody's heard about the bird. Everybody's heard about the bird. Everybody's heard about the bird. Well, everybody's heard about the bird. Everybody's heard about the Everybody's heard about the bird. Well, everybody's heard about the bird. Everybody's heard about the Everybody's heard about the bird. Well, everybody's heard about the bird. Everybody's heard about the Everybody's heard about the bird.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to NASA Bunker 33. I think I have a new favorite song. That
was
song is
good.
awesome.
I love that song.
I was just sitting here. That beat was thumping. I was having
Yeah.
a good time.
That was a good song. I like that. That was just a random song I found just right
Yeah,
before the
good
stream.
choice.
right before
Good
the stream.
choice.
I saw Mau Mau, and I'm like, wait, Mau Mau? Free? Okay.
Yep. Uh, so a little bit different tonight. We were going to have a debate, but Shane seems to have gone no contact.
Yeah, we
Uh,
haven't heard from him in like 2 or 3 days, so
yeah.
yeah.
When was the last time we heard from him? Let's see. August 2nd.
Cat Earth,
So,
I'm gonna have to put Cat up Earth. Hold on a second. Go ahead.
uh, unfortunately, we were supposed to have a debate last week, and not to get into it too much, but I was not feeling well.
Yeah.
So that was my fault 100% that we did not do it last week. And I said, let's postpone until this week. And I finally got to feeling better. So on August 4th, which, what was that, Thursday, I said, I'm finally feeling better. Finally, let's talk about format so I know what I need to prepare. And never heard back from him. So we're still hoping he shows up. Zumi sent an email to him, and we've contacted him on Discord. But in the meantime, I will go through some current events. Zumi and I will go through some current events for a few minutes while we wait for him. And if he doesn't show, we do have a backup plan.
Yeah.
And
I'm not looking forward to it.
it's a good backup plan.
If you say so.
uh, so I think the biggest news this week is what's going on in Israel right now. In case people haven't heard, and I'm kind of afraid to even say the organization's name on YouTube because YouTube hates the words. But it's a group called Islamist Jihad.
That's why.
Yeah,
That's what might just work.
they. Well, I'm not going to get into the history of the region too much, but they don't really like Israel very much, and so they have been firing rockets into Israel for the past couple of days. They've fired, it's got to be hundreds of rockets at this point. And Israel, being Israel, has shot down all but one so far. One did hit in a populated area, but it doesn't look like anyone was injured. But I do have a video here. I'm going to drop that in the green room for you, Zoomy.
All right.
And
Green room.
there it is. We're going to watch the Iron Dome in action. Now, the Iron Dome is Israel's air defense system. And what it does, incoming artillery, incoming rockets, incoming missiles, incoming planes, whatever, it finds them and it shoots their asses out of the air. And it is a beautiful thing to behold, and we're going to watch it in action.
But first, I want to ask everyone, how do you like the improvements to the
Oh yeah. So we didn't know the goddamn Iron Dome. Yes.
the goddamn Iron
there,
Dome?
there is a dome and it's made of iron.
Yep.
So
the
there you
goddamn
go,
Iron
folks.
Dome.
So we didn't know which model the Earth actually is, so we tried to cover all of our bases. We've got globe Earth, we've got cube Earth, we've got flat Earth, we've got cat Earth, we've got tomato Earth, we've got Satan Earth.
No, that's actually Shane's avatar, but yeah. And I had there's Donut Earth, but Donut Earth kind of got bitten by Earth Chan. So
Yeah, so Stellarium says that she likes my wings. and they actually shed sprinkles all the time.
Yeah, just they
So
constantly spread sprinkles, and he's gotten
yeah,
sprinkles all over my tomatoes so many times. Really annoying.
yeah. Well, any if there's any way to make tomatoes better, it's sprinkled tomatoes.
No,
So there you go.
not really. No. No.
All right, roll VT. Let's see the Iron
Roll
Dome in action.
VT. Let's roll VT here. Let me hide Shane's avatar real quick.
Yeah.
There. Yeah, I've streamlined things a little bit. That way I don't have to really switch between scenes that much.
Palestinian Islamic Jihad terror group
nice.
fired several barrage of rockets at
So you
Israel
can see
from
the
Gaza.
rockets flying in there.
I will have to. We'll have to move it up so they can see the subtitles. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. So those things that are flying right there are rockets fired by the terrorists.
Yeah.
PIG claimed it had launched some 100 rockets at Israel in response to the Israeli airstrikes in the Gaza Strip, which killed at least 10 people, including a senior commander of the Palestinian Islamic Jihad movement.
Pause it right. Well,
Several Iron Dome.
there's the Iron Dome in action.
There's the Iron Dome.
So the video that we saw just a moment ago of the what looked like an apartment building getting blown up, that was actually one of the leaders of the extremist group that's been firing the rockets. Israel fired a rocket at him and deleted him.
Yeah.
And they've also deleted a lot of observation posts and other things
And then
with this group.
Then there's the whole the capital, the tomato capital of Ukraine that's currently being assaulted.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Let's finish this though. But yeah, that's the Iron Dome in action.
Interceptor missiles were seen engaging incoming rockets over southern Israel. There were no reports of
Sorry,
casualties
Jitsy's being
or
really
damage from
jumpy
rocket
tonight.
impacts.
It's hard for me to even see the video. Yeah, there you go. So those explosions are the Iron Dome rockets hitting the rockets that are being fired.
Yeah.
The IDF, meanwhile, began to call up 25,000 reservists in the event of further escalation.
And these things are pretty amazing. All right. Yeah, these things are pretty amazing. Like, a lot of air defense systems can only shoot down certain types of weapons. For instance, the Russian S-300 and S-400 system, as well as other Russian air defense systems, cannot shoot down HIMARS missiles.
Oh.
And this is why the HIMARS that the United States have sent to Ukraine have been so amazingly effective against the Russians. The Ukrainians have destroyed over 100 ammunition depots just in the month of July.
Damn.
Because of HIMARS. And Russia can't shoot them down. But the Iron Dome system can shoot down rockets like the HIMARS and other not quite as good technology rockets like the ones that Russia uses, which are the ones that this group are firing into Israel right now. And it can even shoot artillery, standard 152, 155 millimeter artillery rounds, which are basically just giant bullets flying through the air. It can shoot those down as well. And it can shoot planes down, drones down, helicopters, anything in the sky, it can knock out of it. Ukraine is trying to acquire the Iron Dome, but as far as I know, there are only two countries that use the Iron Dome right now, and that's Israel and the United States. And because it's made in Israel, the United States can't just send Israeli technology to another country without Israel's permission. So Ukraine really wants this because Russia is firing artillery and cruise missiles and things like that at cities, as we've seen over the past couple of months, I guess now. Uh, they target civilian areas and hospitals and schools and things like that in cities far away from the front lines. And so Ukraine is trying to build an air defense net to shoot down anything coming into those cities, uh, which is why the U.S. is sending the Patriot missile batteries. The I think it's England makes the NASAMS. Uh, uh, they're made off of American United States system, but I think they're made in England. Uh, uh, and several other air defense systems. France and Germany both have sent air defense systems.
Yeah.
But it takes a lot of air defense systems because, you know, most of the ones that are being sent to Ukraine have, say, a 20-kilometer range. Some of them can go up to a lot higher. I think the S-300 that Ukraine operates has like a 300-kilometer range for its long-range missiles. But when you're trying to cover a country the size of Ukraine, it's going to take a lot of air defense systems to cover that entire country.
Yeah.
And it looks like where we are right now, the only way they're going to be able to do that is to get these systems like Iron Dome and get them in their cities to protect them. Because the Russians just indiscriminately shell anything they want to cause terror. Because Russia is a terrorist state.
Yeah, they are. 100%. That's all they are right now, the terrorist state.
So Zumi found out. You want to tell them what you found out?
Yeah, apparently, this is, I mean, where was it? Here, there we go. There's a place called
Zaporizhia.
Zaporizhia. Zaporizhia, which is the tomato capital of Ukraine. They produce like all the tomatoes that are sold in Ukraine. I don't. It was something I saw on Twitter, and it's just And apparently they're getting they've been firing on their nuclear power plant 2 days in a row now, and yeah, these two reactors had to be shut down.
Yeah,
and it's the largest nuclear power plant in Europe.
Yeah, so early in Russia's invasion of Ukraine, they fired on the Zaporizhia nuclear power plant. There were videos. There was a huge freak out when this happened. It was back in March. There was this huge freak out because they had actually hit one of the buildings to the nuclear power plant. And there was an outcry around the world that, nuclear power plants should be off limits in a war.
Yes, they should. 100%.
So I'm looking at the picture you just put on screen. I'm not sure what the second word is, but the first word is Slava, or Slava, sorry, which is glory. So I assume this is saying glory to tomatoes.
Probably, yeah. That's probably what it says. That's a statue in Zaporizhia.
Yeah.
It stands. I think it said it stands around 10 feet tall, or 8.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, that's a pretty
tall.
Awesome. A pretty tall tomato statue.
Yeah. So Zaporizhia is not occupied, but part of and it's basically like the Slavic version of a state, which is just named after the largest city in the region. So Zaporizhia is the largest city in this region, so it's called Zaporizhia region. Uh, Russia occupies a little over half of Zaporizhia Oblast.
Okay.
And the nuclear power plant is in the occupied territory, but the city is not. Uh, so, of course, Russia fires missiles and rockets into the city as much as they can. But over the past couple of days, Russia has been trying a new tactic in Ukraine. They've been trying to commit false flag operations by firing on their own occupied territories and blaming it on Ukraine. They've done this in Donetsk. They've done this in a couple of other cities as well. Uh, and they've done it at Zaporizhia nuclear power plant. 2 days in a row, they fired on the power plant. And of course, this is once again uh,
Nice
started a worldwide outcry that Russia needs to knock it the fuck off and get the fuck away from the nuclear power plant.
Yeah.
Because I think there are 5 reactors at ZPP, uh, and 2 of them right now are shut down because Russia has fired at them and hit uh, 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 I, I forget what the pipes carried, but they hit a pipe for one of the reactors. And so they shut it down as a precaution. Now, one thing that a lot of people don't really understand about nuclear power plants is the reactor itself, the way it's built. You can't build something that is indestructible,
Yeah.
but a nuclear reactor is about as close to indestructible as you can get.
Yeah.
To actually blow up a nuclear reactor without an actual meltdown or, a chain reaction inside of it would take several bunker buster 2,000-pound bombs direct hit onto it.
Damn.
Because you're looking at, 10 feet or more, like 3 meters or
Concrete.
more
Yeah.
of reinforced concrete
Yep.
just as the shell. Um, but at the same time, you can damage systems around it, which would cause it to melt down or would cause a leak that would leak radioactive
Yeah.
particles into the environment. So, no, Russia can't just blow up a nuclear reactor, but they could cause a leak or they could cause a meltdown, which, as we saw in northern Ukraine, at Chernobyl, and as we
Yeah.
saw at Fukushima in Japan,
Yep.
if you get the right series of events, you can cause an explosion in the reactor.
Yeah.
You can't cause like a nuclear bomb explosion, but you can cause the reactor to overpressure and explode.
Or like Facty said, you can shut off the water.
Yes, you can shut off the water like happened in Fukushima.
Yeah. Well, since Shane doesn't seem to be showing up, let's go ahead and go to our next topic, which I'm going to go ahead and change the name of the stream since it doesn't seem to show up.
Yeah. I hate that. It would have been a great conversation, and we'll keep, trying to get in touch with Shane and
Yeah.
see if we can reschedule this because it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be, but since he's not showing up, God damn it. Let me go ahead.
He was in chat before the stream started. In this chat?
He was in this
I
chat?
didn't see him in this chat.
Me neither. Maybe
Might have been in another one.
the shills, probably.
Yeah, it could have been.
A lot of our people
That's
go over
weird.
to from the shills and come over here.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, he's got the link. So,
Yeah, I gave him the link.
well, since he's not here, we're going to torture you all with some Hans Worm hat.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to cover Hans for a while, and then I noticed, I think it was yesterday, Sir Sick covered Hans, which renewed my want
To cover
to
Hans.
cover Hans again, because we hadn't covered him in a while.
Yeah.
So, since we didn't really prepare a backup plan before the stream, I just kind of went over to Hans's channel and found us a video or two. And so yeah, this is the first video I found.
Resize everything up here.
And it's called Space is Flat, Get Over It.
Oh, God. There we go. Okay, everything sized up. Also, my statue now. I claim the statue. It is mine.
Yeah.
Space is flat. They've admitted it. So I'm going to go through this article.
Facty.
I don't have a lot to say.
Thanks,
This is just one of those
Shane.
instances where they'll admit the truth. They'll admit that
Yes, blame
their
Shane
model.
Blame
for the
Shane for
reason
this.
for the reason that we're watching Hans Worm Hat tonight.
Yeah, blame Shane for this. I know I am.
Doesn't work. And it's hilarious.
Can
because
you
that's
share
like,
audio with me? I can't hear the video.
Oh, shit. Yeah, right. God damn it. It's a...
I didn't even realize it was playing until I saw you pause it.
There we go. Screen 3. Share audio. Share. For some reason, it doesn't want to share audio sometimes. I don't know why.
No, and now I can hear your background noise again. But that's okay.
God damn it.
Hopefully it's just me.
Yeah, it's just you. The audience cannot hear that. Let me see if I can... noise suppression. Okay. Is that
Yeah,
not-
I guess because you're sharing the audio
Yeah,
from this, you
probably.
turn it on.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, that makes sense.
As long as they can't hear it on the stream, it's fine.
Yeah, they can't hear it. It's not showing up at all on my side.
Okay, restart the video since I didn't hear anything.
Yeah.
Space is flat. They've admitted it. So I'm going to go through this article. I don't have a lot to say. This is just one of those instances where they'll admit the truth. They'll admit that their model doesn't
pause
work.
it.
And it's hilarious.
They'll admit the truth.
Yeah.
No, no, Hans. That's not what they're doing. This is a hypothesis. This is what's called a hypothesis.
It says scientists have proposed the existence.
Yeah.
Not identified, not confirmed. Proposed. There is a fucking difference.
And of course, flat assumes two-dimensional. And we know that space is not two-dimensional. So, yeah. All right, keep going.
Because that's like the biggest thing that you get people if you say that you're a flat earther.
Wait,
you get
pause
people,
it for a second.
Where's your model?
I just want to make one more observation. And so this is just my hypothesis at this point. He didn't read more than what's on the screen right now.
Yeah.
He didn't click on the article and read it. He read the headline and has inferred what he wants to infer just from the headline.
That's how most people on Twitter are. They just read the headline and share, retweet, retweet.
Yeah. That's how most people are in general.
Yeah.
In the age of social media, you scroll through your feed, you see a headline you agree with, and you repost it.
Yeah, pretty much.
You don't read what's in the article. And that's why we get all these clickbait clickbait headlines
Yeah, because
is
they're
just to share it.
easily
Because, you
shareable.
click on it, you might read the first paragraph, and that's about it.
Yeah, I'll read maybe 2 paragraphs in, and usually I'll determine if it's something I agree with by that point.
Yeah. I try to read it, I don't really share anything anymore. I don't do Facebook anymore or anything like that. But even on Telegram, I don't just read the headline on something. I'll go through and read the whole thing just to find out, what's going on with it.
Yeah.
But okay, keep going. I'm going to shut up.
You don't even have a model. The people that get so enraged about it.
Also, I just got to say this. Didn't Hans Wormat said space isn't real to begin with?
I mean, according to Hans, literally every
Everything is
fucking
fake.
thing is fake.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But
they're admitting the truth, quote unquote. I know you guys can't see me doing the air quotes, uh, but they're admitting the truth, but space is fake, but they're saying space is real. So what's
Yeah.
up, Hans?
Yeah, is it real? Is fake real or fake, Hans? Really? I mean, is it fake or real? Because you're saying that they're claiming that space is real, so you're saying space is real. Good. At least you fucking admitted that.
Yeah.
I think that the ones that get that enraged about it, they know
It's real
that
fake.
Earth is flat, and they get
When it
just
ain't.
pissed that non-initiates figured it out. And their model doesn't work. That's why is everything CGI? If your model worked, and if you guys have all the best stuff, and if you do it all.
Not everything is CGI, Hans. No, I know you can't hear me now. I know you can't hear me and can't respond. But if you ever do come across this, which you probably will because you check everything that has your fucking name in it.
Well, okay, so someone like Hans who spends his entire life sitting behind his computer, the only thing he ever sees is his computer screen,
Yeah.
which, yes, that means that everything he sees is, by definition, CGI.
Yeah, true. Everything is a computer generated image because it is showing up on his computer screen.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that NASA has some special technology that allows them to create CGI in real fucking time.
Yeah, but if if he would get out of his fucking grandma's basement and go to a zoo
Yeah.
or, look up,
Or
he
do
could
anything.
actually see these things in real life.
Yeah, and also by
But he's not going to do that.
and by space is flat, they mean that most galaxies have a very flat orbit around the black hole, but there is up and down within those galaxies, and it's still a spherical plane.
Yeah, most things, most galaxies do form on a plane.
Yeah.
But yeah, space isn't some flat, vast plane.
No.
Space is 3 dimensions.
It's shaped kind of like it's like an ellipse almost. From what I've seen,
Well,
from what I've heard.
the observable universe. We don't really know what's outside of the observable universe.
Yeah.
But what we can observe, yeah, it's kind of an ellipse.
Yeah, it's kind of an ellipse. It's like football shaped, egg shaped. Well, more football. Actually, yeah, more
American football.
American football shape.
For all of our non-American friends watching, American football
shape. Yeah, kind of like that. But most of the galaxies form in a kind of semi-flat plane. But there is variation on the X, Y, and Z axes.
Yeah.
Like some galaxies swirl the opposite direction. Some go counterclockwise, some go clockwise. Some go in a completely different x-axis and are spinning like 90 degrees parallel to us. So like a right angle to us.
Yeah.
But most of them are swirling in one pattern around the central black hole.
Yeah, they don't start that way,
No,
but I can't think of the name of the process, but I know
stellar formation.
hydrostatic equilibrium and
Yeah,
stellar formation and everything. Basically, the law of gravity
yeah. It's the same
dictates
everywhere. Gravity is
that.
the same
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah, basically dictates that, over time it's going to form into not really two dimensions, but you
One
know,
plane, one axial
yeah,
plane.
yeah, one axial plane. Yeah.
And yeah, let me see now. And Trento has it
Yeah.
right. Space is flat in the sense that light travels straight. If you follow the path of a light ray, take 90-degree turns, you can come back to the start point such that it is like a 3D plane, not a saddle.
Yeah, that's a really good explanation. And yeah, Tony regime, yeah, rugby ball shape for the
Yeah,
for the
puppy buster.
non-Americans.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, if we don't shut up and play the video, we're never going to get
Through
through
it.
this.
Yeah.
For reals, why do you have to rely on CGI constantly and just stories people say? It's not science, it's not reproducible. Anyways, here's an
It is reproducible. I mean, God damn it. Anyway, yeah, we don't shut up.
He thinks that if you can't make your own galaxy in a jar,
Yeah, yeah, pretty
then
much.
it's not science.
Yeah. Well, see,
That's the flat earther stupid definition of science is what he thinks.
the thing is, it is reproducible in the fact that we can reproduce it using a computer program using the same maths that the universe operates on.
Yeah.
I mean, Kerbal
Yeah.
Space Program, for instance, has great similarities to actual real life physics. The
Yeah.
physics
And it's
is
also reproducible in the way that,
yeah,
two separate people that have never met can look up and through, mathematical equations, through observations of the same galaxy, come to the same conclusions.
yeah,
That is also what reproducible means. It
yeah,
means that people come to the same conclusion based on the data set.
exactly. And like I said, you can use mathematical formulas in actual computer simulation to reproduce those effects. Because Stellarium Celestia is one of the said programs that allows you to do that. What was the other Universe Sandbox? Yeah,
Yeah, Universe
Universe Sandbox.
Sandbox.
Well, Universe Sandbox 2 because it's the same.
Yeah,
It's another one.
there's a couple of others, but yeah, both of those are really good.
Universe Sandbox 2 actually allows you to test the physics on what would happen, say, if there was two suns, if there was four suns, if there was
Yeah.
certain orbit, blah blah blah. You can play around with Universe Sandbox 2 with all kinds of different situations to see exactly what would happen in those situations. And it uses mathematical formulas that, we actually depend on. Anyway,
Yeah.
get back to the video.
Instance
Alright.
where they will admit that they're not right and that observations totally contradict their best guess. You can get the best theories of the time, and 10 years in the future, they'll still be making up new ones because it's not right. It's not like theirs is right. So, space has invisible walls. Yeah, it's called the firmament, and it's an optical device, and it separates the waters above from the waters below. But that's
Wait, what? What?
How does an optical device separate the waters from above and the waters from below? An invisible optical device. Please explain what is an invisible optical device?
No. What I'm laughing at, he thinks the universe itself has a firmament that separates the waters from the universe? Like what? It's just what the?
This is
Uh,
this is stupider than I thought it was going to be.
yes, it is.
My apologies, everyone.
But but I think he broke me. Okay, 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 okay.
That's what they're referencing here. I believe whoever wrote this, whoever's doing this research, probably know, and that's why they get off on putting these little Easter eggs throughout their stories. They can say invisible walls because they know that the firmament exists and that it's an invisible wall. It's a way for them to show off that they're illuminated. And
And this just points out the fact that you were completely correct. He read the headline, nothing else.
Yeah.
He read the headline and nothing else. He saw space has invisible walls, and he assumed, oh, that means the firmament is correct. Okay, then.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I knew that's what was going to happen because that's literally what every flat earther does. They read the headline. It's just like the headlines that said that uh, the moon is now in the Earth's atmosphere or
Oh, yeah.
whatever the headline said. Flat earthers didn't read past the headline.
No, they didn't.
They read that and they were like, "Oh, see, NASA's finally telling the truth."
Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, sort of little. So yes, a giant contact lens. Yeah, exactly. It's a giant contact lens.
yeah, let's get through this. Scientists have proposed the existence of a new fifth force to explain. It's perplexing because reality does not match their CGI bullshit. That's why they always have to come up with new theories. The planets?
No, we come up with new theories because our knowledge advances. Unlike the flat Earth.
Yeah, that's kind of what science is.
Yeah, and
It's
advancing.
testing hypotheses. I mean, you can literally make a hypothesis about anything. I could make a hypothesis that says space is actually made of maple syrup. And then I would test that and find out that no, space is not made out of maple syrup.
That's funny
That's
because
what science is.
it's funny because Hindus actually believed, with a D, believed that the space was a giant butter ocean. I'm
Yeah.
not making that up. They thought space
Yeah.
was butter. And I'm like, well, okay. They call it the cosmic butter ocean.
So, yeah, what Hans doesn't understand is that this is a hypothesis that is it, well, I would say it's a little more than a hypothesis because it's a mathematical model that says, based on our calculations, this is what we expect space to be.
Yeah.
So then now they're going to look for observations to try to confirm that hypothesis.
Yeah.
If they don't find the observations, it can still be a hypothesis.
It'll be a
However,
false hypothesis, but it'd be a
well,
hypothesis.
no, it wouldn't be false because they haven't found anything to disprove it. They just
Yeah.
haven't found anything to
prove it.
confirm it.
Yeah, to confirm it. Yeah, they haven't found evidence, sufficient evidence, in order to ratify that conclusion.
Yeah.
In other words, there's no proving in science. Science does not prove things. Science looks for evidence to support the conclusion. Maths then proves things.
I just clicked back over to the chat. NA Quitties, are you Canadian? I actually was going to say cheese, but I thought, the the moon's made of cheese, so I can't say space is made of cheese.
I would
So
say
the first thing that popped into my head was maple syrup
I would say I would
because
say space is
I'm
made of
looking
tomato
over at
soup.
my table right now, and when Punchy visited a little while back, he brought me a little bottle of maple syrup shaped like a maple leaf,
I thought that was
and
illegal.
it's sitting on the table.
I thought it was illegal to transport maple syrup across the Canadian line.
No, it's not.
I always heard
I
it was
mean,
illegal.
it could be. I don't know,
It
but
is. It's illegal to transport maple syrup from Canada to North America.
I'm gonna have to Google that.
It is because people have been arrested for it. Well, not arrested, but have stopped at the border and pretty much give the border guards their maple syrup. If it's, I believe, actually no, it's probably the quantity and not the actual, you know. But in any case, yeah,
Yeah, Canada kind of has some weird laws about their maple syrup.
yeah, they do. But anyway, let's continue on with this.
Whatever they are, they're
Comedy
not
gold.
spaceballs. If you go look at real images of the planets, it's clear that they're flat. To me, it's clear that the moon is a disk and not a sphere.
So he actually admits that the other planets exist. But he's saying they're flat. But still, at least he admits that the planets aren't fake. That's something.
Okay, so here's what I'm finding. Uh, if it's kind of like the whole thing about marijuana possession, like if you're possessing less than half an ounce, then it's a misdemeanor, but if you're possessing more than half an ounce, it's a felony,
Uh,
because it could be intent to sell.
yeah.
So what this person's saying is uh you would have to, if you're trying to transport a larger amount, this person is asking about it. They're trying to transport about 10 gallons.
Damn,
And
that's a lot.
the person says that with a quantity that large, they may think you're trying to sell it, and that might cause some kind of paperwork or licensing to be invoked.
Yeah.
But there is an exemption for personal use for syrup that is commercially packed. Giving it to friends may qualify as personal use.
Oh, okay. Makes
Uh,
sense. Makes sense.
so yeah, it's not illegal. Now, another thing that I asked Punchy to do was bring me some Cuban cigars
Oh, that's
because
illegal.
I love Cuban cohibas.
I've had a couple
That's
of those.
yeah, that's the best cigar in the world, Cuban cohiba.
Yeah, I've had one.
And of course, we have the trade embargo with Cuba ever since the whole missile crisis thing happened. Uh, so Cuban cigars are illegal in the United States. We can't get them.
Yep.
So they're not illegal in Canada. So I asked Punchy to get me some, but Punchy doesn't know where to buy cigars, so he didn't bring me any. I was kind of disappointed in that.
It's funny.
And technically, it is illegal for him to do that, but they're not going to bother you as long as it's just a couple of cigars stuffed in your bag. They're not going to mess with you.
It's actually funny because my dad got some because he went to Germany, and they're perfectly legal in Germany.
Yeah.
Because I went with him to we went to Hamburg as well as some other place. I can't remember the name of the other place. But we went to Hamburg, Germany, and he got Cuban cigars and took them home, and they didn't say anything because they just saw, oh, it's just cigars. Okay, we don't care.
Yeah, literally all you have to do is pull the labels off the cigars,
Yeah, that's
and
what he
then
did.
put them in like a travel humidor or something, and they can't do anything about that.
And I'll tell you something about those cigars. There was only I think there was 4 of them. 4 of them lasted me and him. It was around 5 or 6 months of smoking them because they are packed so tightly.
Oh yeah.
You will not finish one in one sitting, and if you do, oh God's sweetheart, no, don't even try. No, you will be blasted out of your mind.
Around here, I can get Dominican cohibas, which they're still really good cigars,
Yeah.
but they're not Cuban.
Yeah.
And it's like $15 for a Dominican Cohiba, like a
Okay.
small Dominican Cohiba.
But no, it was
So
just it was a
yeah,
gift. It was just a gift. It wasn't even him buying them. It was just a gift, and that's actually what got him started smoking cigars.
yeah, Garrus, a travel humidor. Yeah, it's kind of like Travel Connect 4. It's just a tiny version. I have a travel humidor. It's one of those like aluminum briefcase type things, but a lot smaller. It
Yeah.
holds it's either 4 or 5 cigars.
It
And
was
it's got
four
a
because of
little,
Humidor. Yeah, it was four.
yeah, it's got a little round humidity thing. I forget what they're called, but produces the right amount of humidity inside of it. And it's got styrofoam packing so that you lay the cigars in and they sit there, they don't move around or anything. But you can take that out and put a lot more in it. But when I go, like my family goes down to the beach, rents a house down at the beach every year. I take that with, you know, 3 or 4 cigars in it, and I'll sit out on the deck drinking whiskey and smoking a cigar while I'm at the beach.
Nice.
But then at home, I have, the tabletop humidor.
Yeah. Well, anyway, let's get back to the video.
Yeah, we got a little off topic.
Way off topic. Yeah.
Here. That's
Yeah.
why we don't see the other side of it. To me, when you look at a real image of Saturn, I think it's really obvious that it's flat and that it's not, and that it's producing its own light.
Let's test that. I will right now go look up an image of Saturn. An image of Saturn here. Real image of Saturn. Let's go here. Images. I will save this. Here we go. So that's Hubble just captured a breathtaking new image of Saturn, and it barely looks real. Let's save. Well, yeah, that does look kind of CGI-ish, but I'm gonna try to find one that I know is a real image. Huh. That's the one thing that I do.
Oh, so I dropped.
It's hard to find. It's hard to find real images, but this is a real image. This is a real image. But
I dropped a picture of the travel humidor that I have in the green room. If you want to pop it up on screen for just a minute.
okay, let me go over. It's not showing up. Just the last video you showed is showing up. There it goes. Nice.
Weird.
Nice. It took a minute, but it's there. Where's
Yeah.
that picture of Saturn?
There you go. Yeah, that's the travel humidor I have.
And it's a WEP. Open with paint. Save as JPG. Save as PNG. I hate it whenever it saves it as a WEP EBP image. You have to go to paint.
Yeah.
Save it.
Yeah, Reddit does that a lot, I've learned.
Yeah, there's the real image of Saturn, right there.
Yeah.
That's not a light.
Yeah, you can literally see Saturn with binoculars.
Yeah, and it looks about like that. Because the rings are going so fast that it looks like a blur.
Yeah, I mean, a decent telescope will get you a picture like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But even just a cheap telescope, even a fucking P900 will get you a picture
Well, this right
of
here.
Saturn.
This right here is a picture from Hubble. This is the Hubble Space Telescope image of Saturn. And Hubble isn't even the best, telephoto lens. It's not.
No, it's not. It's what, 80s technology.
Yeah, but yet it can capture good images like that.
Yeah.
That's a
I remember
beautiful
when
fucking
Hubble
image.
was launched in the 90s. Like, I
Yeah.
remember, it wasn't cutting edge
No, not even then.
technology
Not
for
even
the
then.
time, like, because they had to use uh older technology. It's the same with the James Webb Space Telescope. Like, it's not cutting edge technology, but it's still way more advanced than Hubble is.
Yeah. And that is a beautiful image of Saturn. I just gotta
Yeah.
say. But yeah, let's continue.
So many things about NASA's story are wrong. All you have to do is go outside and use your eyes for yourself. You'll see that it looks like there's a dome around.
Take your own advice, Hans.
Yeah. And also, I can't use my own eyes. I have to actually use glasses over my eyes because if I don't,
Yeah.
everything is a complete blur. So eyes are not the best optical instruments. They just aren't.
Yeah. Without my contacts, everything in the world that's further than 4 inches from my face
Yeah.
is blurry.
Exactly. Same here. If I'm not wearing my glasses, anything, I cannot even see my own goddamn hand right in front of my head if I'm not wearing my
Yeah.
glasses. It's just a blur. So does that mean reality's just a blur? Is
Yes.
that what Hans is saying? Reality's a blur. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I can accept that.
You, and it looks like all the stars are basically the same distance away, and they're so bright. That doesn't match
It
inverse square.
looks
And
like.
Looks.
You didn't do anything other than look at it and say, it looks like they're the same distance.
And also, if you actually do look, some are brighter than others, meaning that they're closer. Some are bigger than others, which means they're closer. Some are smaller than others, and some are dimmer than others, meaning they're farther away. So no, they're not all the same fucking distance, you fucking knobhead.
Yeah. Tony Regime, I think it's the optical spectrum that Hubble is better than
Yeah.
James Webb. I think because James Webb does near infrared spectrum. I saw the comparison between the two, but I wasn't paying real close attention, so I can't remember exactly what the ranges were. But it seems like Hubble was better in the optical spectrum, and James Webb was better in the
IR.
infrared spectrum.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong.
I don't know myself.
Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, let's get back to this. This is gonna take this one video is gonna take us all night.
Yeah.
This one 6-minute video because
And I've already found us another video or two.
he packs in the stupidity so
Oh, yeah.
so tensely that every 5 seconds we have to stop and say something.
Yep.
NASA story. You can't see something that's incredibly far away. It doesn't matter if they tell you it's humongous and a big ball.
You can though. The eyes can see infinitely far. What's not to understand about that? The eyes can actually see infinitely far. It's just
As long as photons reach your eyes, you can see it.
Exactly.
You might not be able to make it out. If it's one photon, you're not going to be able to make it out, but you can see it.
Yeah.
That's how eyes work.
Yeah.
They don't have some limiter inside of them that says you can only see 200 miles and that's it. Not a millimeter further.
Exactly. Your eyes can see infinitely far as photons are touching whatever you're trying to see. Now, it might be so small that you can't actually understand what you're looking at, but you still see it. You might not be able to detect what it actually is, but you still fucking see it.
And fiery. And you can see that it's not fiery either. The sun isn't fiery. That's another big lie. They show you
the sun isn't fiery. It's a fucking nuclear explosion, basically.
Hey, he got something right.
Yeah, he got something right. Yeah, the sun
isn't fire.
Yeah, he got it right. Yeah, he actually got that right, but he got it right in the wrong fucking way.
It's nuclear fusion.
Exactly, it's nuclear fusion. Or is it fusion or is it fission? I forgot.
It's fusion.
It's fusion?
Fission is pulling it apart. Fusion is putting
Put
it
it
together.
together. Yeah, that's
So
right.
it's fusion.
Well, it's a transfer of helium to hydrogen and hydrogen back to helium, but still, which is fusion.
Well, yeah, and other
Well, but it's
other
mainly,
elements as well.
but it's mainly
Yeah.
hydrogen and helium.
Yeah.
You so many CGI images of the sun looking like a fireball. These things, that's not what they are. They're lights. Okay. Uh,
Wait, pause it. I think uh, what he's talking about there is he's talking about like children's drawings where they draw the little like the sun with the lines coming out of it. Like that's what he thinks the sun actually is in science, is a
Yeah.
child's drawing.
Yeah, he does. He thinks that the sun is a giant flashlight. The sun is a giant flashlight. That's what he thinks. Well, if the sun was a light, where is the light emitting from?
It's just there.
Because
You know,
lights
kind of
need
kind of
something
like
to be emitted from.
what is down without gravity? It is because it is.
That's the one thing that I always wonder. I'm like, if you have a light needs a source. What is the
Yeah.
source of the light if it's just a light?
Yeah.
And I don't think any.
Why is it if the sun isn't producing light, then why can I hold something up to the sun and create a shadow?
Yeah. Just,
Like you
a
don't
rain-
really have to understand how light works to understand that much.
yeah. Also, if it weren't for light, you wouldn't see anything because
Yeah.
photons hitting something is how you see it. If there are no photons hitting something, you don't see it. That's why we
Right.
see. That's why we see the moon, because the sun's light is reflecting off the moon.
That's why I love the dumbass flat earthers that think the moon creates its own light, because light doesn't reflect off a rock. Then how the fuck do you see it?
How the fuck do you see a rock if it's not light reflecting off of it?
But like if light doesn't reflect off a rock, then every rock in the world you would look at and there
It'd
would
be
just
invisible.
be a black void.
It will be
there.
invisible. It will be invisible. Because that okay. This is something that I found out a while back. They in Japan they invented this fabric that photons are unable to actually hit it. So basically what happens is it's invisible. But you can see it from the other side.
Photons
yeah.
are unable to hit it.
It has to do with something with not that micro cameras
does-
installed or something. I can't remember what it was, but it messes with the photons hitting it and it turns it invisible. But it's extremely expensive to reproduce, and that's why you'll never actually see it. It's just an experiment that they were doing.
Yeah, I could see like photons hitting it and then being reflected into like it absorbing most of the visible spectrum, and then what it can't absorb,
That might be what it was.
it reflects, in
It
a
was-
different direction. Kind of like how stealth works. How stealth planes are designed, where when you fire radar waves at it, they hit it and bounce away from the source.
I can't.
So-
I said it's been years and years and years since I saw this. I can't remember right now. I'll look it up while we're watching what Hans said. But let's get back
All
to
right.
it.
Just look at this. In other words, small galaxies captured by the gravitational pull of larger galaxies end up arranged in thin, flat planes or disks. Disks are not spheres. Planes. It's flat. Get over it. It's flat.
That's not saying
scientists have-
space is flat. I hate to tell him, but saying that galaxies are arranged in thin, flat planes isn't saying
Yeah.
that space is flat. It's saying that
2012.
galaxies
2012.
are arranged in thin, flat planes.
The cloak was made using retroreflective projection technology, a process that superimposes the virtual world onto the real world. It's an augmented reality thing.
Okay.
Okay. It's made
Yeah,
of lots of
I've
tiny
seen.
beads that reflect light only in the direction they came from. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
just like you said,
I've
it
seen
reflects
I've
light.
seen cloaking technology that uses a bunch of little tiny cameras
Yeah.
and screens so that whatever, like if I'm looking at it from one direction, uh the cameras facing the same direction as me are seeing what's behind it and then projecting that onto it so it looks like I'm looking through it.
Yeah. Well, these are tiny beads basically that reflect light in the opposite direction. So the photons are being reflected off, so you don't actually see it, so it's technically
Yeah.
visible. But it's just like those little have you ever seen those retroreflector sheets that you can put up and put anything behind it and you won't see what's behind it?
I'm not sure.
Well, that's a magic trick basically. You can it's a magic trick that's being used. It's a piece of plexiglass essentially that you can put an object behind it, and it will bend the photons in such a way that it
Oh yeah,
will
just using refraction.
refraction. It
Yeah.
uses refraction to conceal whatever's behind it. It will conceal it vertically, but not horizontally. So it'll
Yeah.
stretch. It stretches it out so thin that you don't see it. It's what it
Yeah.
does. But yeah, it's using basically that kind of method, only using small beads that do the same thing essentially. But it's
Yeah.
pretty cool, but you'll still see the outline of the cloak. You just won't see what's behind it.
Right.
But yeah. Anyway, let's
All
throw
right.
it off topic again. But yeah.
Propose many possible explanations, but the gap between theory and observation, it's because their theory is completely wrong. It's flat. Nobody is surprised by this who believes in flat Earth. So that's why it's all flat, because it's flat. Because water's flat. Water lies flat.
No, it doesn't actually. Water curves all the goddamn time. Have you never heard of meniscus?
Water is never flat.
No, it's never. It's never flat.
There's not a single time that water is flat.
No, it's not. It's never been flat. It's not possible for water to be flat. That's one of the main aspects of water is that it's not flat.
Yeah.
Has he never seen water in microgravity?
I think Microraptor's got it right. We'll have to rub the floppy so it stops being floppy. Just don't rub it too hard,
Too hard, or yeah, you'll
or
start
it'll
getting
vomit and then become floppy again.
yeah, it'll vomit and then come floppy again. But then you can rub it some more, and then it's not so floppy anymore.
Yeah, you gotta wait 5 to 10 minutes though.
Yeah, but if you do that too many times, you'll be so weak that you can't even go to open the door. So yeah, don't.
You gotta at least let it have a cigarette first.
Oh, the funny story. There was this one guy who did that. I believe the number was 64 times in a day and had a heart attack. So the limit is 64 people.
Why can't the limit be 69?
Yeah, I know, right? Anyway.
Water always finds its level, and there's waters above, and it's flat.
Poor
Okay, one of the
Facty.
many problems of their
Has to wait
model. Their
24
model is not
hours.
perfect. They come at you saying that their model is perfect. All that they can do is they can
No
dazzle us
one.
with they know certain things.
Ever. Not a single scientist ever has said that their model is perfect. Where the
No.
fuck are you seeing this, Hans?
Damn, that was a little cough there. Damn, ow.
Like,
Hurt.
that's the whole point of science. That's why it's not called proof.
Yeah. Because science doesn't prove anything, as I said before, as has been said a million fucking times to you.
Because no matter how close to reality you get, there's always room for improvement.
Also, people get Nobel Prizes for disproving things. Like,
Yeah.
seriously. That's why the Nobel Prize exists, is if you disprove something huge in science, you get a fucking Nobel Prize for it. So
Yeah.
if someone were to prove the flat Earth, that would be Nobel Prize worthy. I mean, they can't because the world isn't flat, but
Right.
hypothetically, if you were to come up with a theory that claims the Earth is flat and it has substantive math behind it and it's actually a workable model, you could get a fucking Nobel Prize and quite a bit of money for that assessment as well as conclusion. Because that's a lot of money involved in that.
I'm still trying to figure out how Hans made the leap from galaxies form in thin planes to space is flat.
No. He's actually saying that space is fake and that the Earth is flat and that we have a firmament around it. He's somehow drawing the conclusion that they're saying that the universe is a disc shape to space is fake and we have a firmament. Like what? That is what's the phrase man, leaping to conclusions.
Yeah, Hans does a lot of leaps in logic and
Yeah,
conclusions.
yeah. Well,
Of course, he started with the conclusion that, Earth is flat, space is fake, there's a dome, yada, 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 something about gorillas in suits, and then basically, read this and cherry picked words.
yeah. Not even full sentences. Words.
Yeah.
He cherry picked individual words. But that's some expert cherry picking there. I mean,
Yeah.
I give him that. He is an expert cherry picker.
I mean, he could give Quantum Eraser lessons in cherry picking
Yes, he could.
with the way he's been cherry picking
This article.
in this video.
Yeah. Let's continue.
That
Yeah.
are all cyclical, I believe. It's not because of their model. When they know when eclipses and stuff are going to happen, it's because it's all cycles. All of this stuff, it's cyclical. The Mayans knew about this stuff ages ago, they tell us. So has nothing to do with NASA computers and no, it's all numbers, counting.
The Mayans knew the Earth was a sphere. They did.
Yeah, the Mayans also couldn't tell you down to the second and the exact location of where eclipses would happen.
No, they could. Well, no, they couldn't to the second, but they were pretty goddamn accurate because they actually did know where. They knew about Venus. They knew about Mars. They knew about Jupiter and Saturn. I don't think they knew about Uranus, but yeah, those are the planets. Those are the planets they knew
we
about.
didn't. We didn't discover Uranus or Neptune or Pluto until like 200 years ago.
They knew about the first 6 planets.
Yeah.
Anything beyond that, they didn't know about. But the first 6 planets, they did know about, and they knew.
Yeah.
They thought stars were demons, but still.
I always I always like to think about it like this, because ancient civilizations, like a lot of what we hear about their religion and everything has to do with the sky, has to do with stars and planets and things like that, and that's because back before we had entertainment of like TV or theater or anything like that. At night, what you did was you sat there and stared at the sky.
Yeah.
That was primetime TV.
Yeah, that was your
to
entertainment.
to ancient civilizations was staring at the sky. And when
Yeah,
you do that your entire life, and everyone else does that their entire life, they can see patterns, they can draw conclusions
they
from
can see
that. They,
cycles.
they can make up stories like these stars are in this position because this
X.
great
Oh,
warrior had a large dick, and he shot a bow and arrow and
Orion.
whatever.
Yeah,
Yes, I'm
Orion.
talking about Orion.
Ryan Huntingtown, the Great Bear, blah blah blah.
Yeah. Um,
Ursa
you
Major,
know,
Ursa Minor. Sorry.
but yeah, like they didn't understand that these were stars billions of miles away.
Yeah, they thought they were well. As far as the Olmec, the Incans, the Mayans, and the Aztecs, they thought the stars were called the Semis. The Semis were small demons that chased the sun around, and if you didn't pray to the sun, then the demons would swallow up the star, meant the sun. That's
Yeah.
literally what the Alex the Mesoamericans thought. And
Yeah, and
yeah,
uh how many civilizations thought that the stars were our ancestors, and
yeah,
every time someone died they became a star and they were looking down on us.
yeah. Lion King. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
No, they're balls of gas. No, actually, Pumbaa. No, they're not balls of gas. They're balls of plasma, not gas. But but for a
I
children's
got
movie,
balls and
close.
I'm gassy.
But for a children's show, it was pretty damn close.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going.
This place is discrete, and it follows cycles. I mean, that's it. I'll link to this in the description. Domain walls. The domain wall. The wall of this domain is the firmament. Invisible boundaries.
Again, cherry picking words.
Yeah. Okay,
He
Naik
just
and
saw
Barrage.
domain walls and inferred that that means the ice wall.
Let's read that real quick. Naik and Barrage now propose that particles called symmetrons could generate a special force that creates invisible boundaries in space known as domain walls. That's not the firmament. That's not the firmament around the Earth. That's literally just impassable walls that create boundaries in space.
Yeah.
Which is a hypothesis. It's not even in the class of theory yet. They're just saying, oh, maybe this is what's going on. Maybe. Not, this is exactly what's going on. No, it's maybe. This goes on. Symmetrons are one of the many speculative particles that have been proposed to fill in some of the missing links in the standard model, Knight said, to help explain the existence of dark matter and dark energy, which is a weird phenomenon that appears to make the universe expand at an accelerated rate.
Yeah,
Is, yeah,
this is just trying to delve into dark energy. That's all it
yeah,
is. I do want to point
yeah.
something out in chat though, because Sir Little Wolf brought it up. Uh, Timon
Come on, oh god.
from Lion King. So when I was in high school, we had an exchange student from Germany. Her name was Simone,
Oh, nice.
and she started dating one of my friends. And before she left to go back to Germany after the school year ended, she had a twin sister that came to the US to visit and see, like, what her sister had been doing for the past year. And we hung out. She was here for like 2 weeks or something, and then they both went back to Germany. But we hung out a bunch while she was here. And because her name was Simone, I just decided to call her sister Pumbaa. And she hated that.
Wow.
I'm sure to this day, some random girl in Germany that I don't even know her name. I was told her name at some point, but to me, her name was Pumbaa. And that's what I called her. And I am sure to this day, that girl hates me
Probably. I
because
mean,
I called her Pumbaa.
yeah. That's not a I would not wish to be called that myself.
But they were there that time I went to the Megadeth concert.
In
That
the
Megadeth
basement.
terrible. Like I have never seen a worse concert than Megadeth.
Megadeth
I
is.
got
Oh,
free tickets and it was supposed to be Anthrax and Megadeth opening for Motley Crue.
okay.
And I liked Anthrax. So I kind of liked Megadeth. I wasn't a huge Megadeth fan, but I kind of liked them. So I figured, I don't give a shit about Motley Crue.
Yeah,
So
me
get the
neither.
free ticket. We'll watch Anthrax and Megadeth, and then we may watch Motley Crue or we may leave. But then Anthrax didn't show up, and Megadeth was so terrible that before they even finished their set, we just left. One of my friends got sick and threw up, and we decided to leave and go to Waffle House. Like that was better than being at a Megadeth concert.
I
Going
like
to
Megadeth, so I'd have to disagree. But
Waffle
let's continue with this cherry picking singular words.
There's just so much in here. The universe is not expanding. The firmament's actually coming down. I think it's pretty obvious that
Wait, the firmament's coming down now?
apparently. So I want to point something out here. What's in this article is way above my pay grade. Like
Mine too.
this is stuff that
Mine too.
I don't understand. And I am leaps and bounds smarter than Hans.
Yeah.
So if I don't understand this shit,
He definitely
there is
does it.
no prayer for Hans to ever understand this. He could
Never.
study. He could go to university and study this for years and not even get to my level of understanding. And like I said,
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
I'm just an idiot. I don't understand it either.
Yeah.
But I understand it more than he does.
Sir Little Wolf's got it right. His droppings in the yard are smarter than Hans.
The droppings that I stepped on earlier today, whenever the dog shit in my yard, is
Yeah.
smarter than he is.
And they probably smell better than Hans
Probably.
too.
Probably. I still hate having to get it off of the stick. Constant. I hate getting dog shit off.
All right, let's
Annoying.
keep going.
firmament has been coming lower and lower. And the Bible says that. The Bible says that New Jerusalem comes down from heaven. So that makes sense that it would be coming down. The sky is falling.
The sky is falling.
We don't need any new particles
Oh,
to
great.
the model. Just
Oh, great. He's literally one of those doomers. He is a tumor. Hans Wormhead is a fucking tumor. Wow. Wow.
And now he's saying we don't need any new particles. It doesn't matter what we need or what we want.
Yeah. God damn.
Like these things exist regardless of our feelings.
Facts don't care about your feelings, Quiddies. Facts don't
I
care
mean,
about your fucking
so-
feelings.
Yeah, so the article says we know that we need new particles because we have dark matter and dark energy. And so we suspect that we're going to need to add new particles to our standard model to account for these things. That's not saying that we're creating these things.
No.
That's saying that we don't know what they are, but they exist and we're going to have to account for them in our models.
Hans is literally that guy that's standing on the street saying, "The sky is falling! The sky is falling! The end of the world is upon us! Pray to God! Blah blah blah! Shut the fuck up!" Fucking idiot.
You know, I ran into Fred Phelps one time in Chicago, the leader
Oh.
of the Westboro Baptist Church.
God.
And that's basically what he was like. Was basically the crazy fucker standing on a street corner screaming that the sky's falling.
just look at how nonsense mainstream sciences. These are the most brainiac people out there getting PhDs, and this is the type of BS that they're coming up with because their model doesn't make any sense. It doesn't match reality at all, not even close. So the people on the fringe come. You could just tell that they're grasping at straws to make their model fit. Got some more CGI stuff. I don't know. That's it. I was going to do like a general space thing, but I just want to focus on this one article. It's flat. They admit it. Space is flat. Look at this that I found. Maybe
Except they didn't admit it.
I'm about to do
And that
something.
article didn't say what you think it said at all, Hans.
I'm going to do something, so shut the fuck up for a moment.
It's time to stop!
You didn't hear it, but they should have. I hope they heard it. I downloaded Frank
Okay.
Z's It's Time to Stop.
Yeah. I saw it on the stream, but yeah. I've got the stream
Fuck
muted
you,
and
cunt.
it didn't play for me.
I added some little
Yeah.
little slice of life things to the stream. I'm gonna have to find a way to message you so I can tell you I'm about to do it next time.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, yeah. Oh god. Hans is just.
Well, I was hoping he was going to go into the James Webb Space Telescope and just point at the images and say, "See, that's CGI," and not give any explanation as to why.
This is Hans. This is literally Hans.
Uh,
That's
But
literally him.
let's finish out. We've got what 20-something seconds left, 30 seconds left.
Yeah, we got about 40 something seconds left. But yeah.
Crystal Azelton. Register today for our Space Cafe 33 minutes with Crystal Azelton. Why would anybody say, come talk to me for 33 minutes? Oh my.
A lot of people would do that. A lot.
Yeah, I can name one person right now. Her name is Crystal Azelton.
Yeah. I can name one person right now that would love to talk to Crystal Azelton. Her name's Astra. I would love to talk with her. It'd be awesome to talk with, someone who's actually knowledgeable about this shit and have them explain it in layman's terms. That way, I mean, I would, it'd be quite. You would love to probably talk to her.
Yeah.
If you had the
Help
money
me-
to go to it.
Help me understand dark matter and dark energy, because that's something that I understand about as much as a flat earther understands anything.
I understand a little tiny bit about it. Not much. I have a small bit of knowledge on it. But not anything compared to what an actual astrophysicist understands.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like what's that saying? If you think you understand, you don't.
Yeah, that's quantum physics. If you think
Yeah,
you understand
quantum
if you
physics,
think you understand quantum physics, you don't.
Yeah.
That's the truth. If you think you understand, that's why I say I don't understand quantum physics. I like studying quantum physics, but I don't fucking understand it.
I know that I don't understand quantum physics.
But yeah, let's continue.
My goodness. They don't even hide it. And then look at the look. Look at the look. You'll be hard pressed to find men out there today with bone structure like that.
And
Anyways.
we go into transvestigation.
We go into transphobia. Yay!
Yeah.
Let's rewind that just for a second there. There. Does that look? No.
Yeah, she's attractive.
Yes, she is. She is very attractive. I would give my left tit to be that attractive.
Does it matter what's in her pants? No.
No, not at all. Even if it were true, which I doubt, because he thinks everyone's trans.
Her perfectly manicured eyebrow is smarter than Hans.
My middle tit is smarter than Hans.
Yes.
men out there today with bone structure like that. Anyways, God bless everyone.
No, God bless. Just shut the fuck up.
Satan bless you.
1 Timothy, whatever, sit the fuck down, shut the fuck up.
So, we can speed run through another video, I think. I dropped another video in the green room.
It's time to
I don't know what it's about, but it's probably going to be epic.
Oh, God. Kay's cooking Okay.
This is going to be a video on Kay's cooking, and just using that as an example to explain just a general phenomenon of this place where we live and the types of people that you're surrounded with. And Kay's cooking, to me, it's just a perfect example of it. And I'll also talk about hypnotist shows later too. But basically what it is, you're surrounded by a bunch of people that are in on a bunch of inside jokes, and they've been in on them. They're initiated into this stuff from a young age, and it's really simple. And for the most part, it's orange and 33. Those are just the big ones, the most obvious ones. Really what it comes down to is, to these people, well, and hand signs. I would put that up there. That's like the big three is hand signs and orange and 33.
That's one thing that really pisses me off is the whole symbolism bullshit. Just no.
I have no fucking clue what he's talking about. He went from Kay's cooking to hand signs and color and number and inside jokes, and he's all over the fucking place.
Yeah, he is.
Already. We're a minute into this video, and he's already delved into half a dozen conspiracies.
Yeah. It's Hans Wormhat. It's Hans Wormhat. What were you expecting?
This is going to be 13 minutes of absolute derpery.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. Well, not even 13 minutes because I have it on 1.5 speed because he talks really slow. But yeah.
All right.
And of course, orange equals 33 in gematria, which is that's just one of the things is they ascribe meaning to all of that stuff. All of the colors take on certain meanings. It's just like orange is their big, obvious, fake one. But then it grows from there. All of their colors, they start ascribing meanings to all of that stuff. They communicate with symbols. That's just one of the things that they do. These people.
Why?
Who are they? Who are they?
Why? Why do they communicate with symbols? There are things like WhatsApp and BlackBerry Messenger, which I don't know if it still exists, but
yeah, it does.
You know, there are things like this where they can communicate securely. They don't need to put fucking the word orange in something or the number 33 in something to communicate. They can literally just message each other or call them on the phone and tell them something.
Yeah, there's no need to have
this
secret
is the
fucking
stupidest conspiracy in the world. Like, if there's anything more stupid than flat Earth, it's this.
Gematria, yeah, and the whole stupid, Lucifer sign, whatever, blah blah blah, bullshit.
They're
just
in
that
a club
they have to hide things in plain sight. Like,
yeah,
why?
What?
They can communicate without anyone else knowing.
Yeah, if they were going, why would they hide something in plain sight? Because what would be the point of that? Because you're just giving it away at that point. Because my brain just broke.
Well, let's listen to more Hans stupid.
They communicate openly, but through symbols or talking over people's heads or saying things in a joking manner, but knowing that people who are asleep are just going to accept it for as a joke, even though it's not a joke. Anyways, I'll try to stay focused.
So really he doesn't understand satire or sarcasm?
No, he doesn't. No.
That's what he's saying here?
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He doesn't understand satire. Just like, okay. What was the actual phrase they used in Google? Is the Earth round?
Night, Martin.
Or does gravity? Yeah, they're okay. Does gravity exist? If you
And
Google, okay,
yeah,
used to, oh wait, it still does it. Okay. If you Google does gravity exist, it links to an article saying that gravity doesn't exist. But what flat earthers fail to realize is that article that it's linked to, it's satire. It's a
like the
parody.
time JM actually quoted that article.
It was an article showing how stupid intelligent design is.
Uh,
It was literally
oh,
a
oh,
parody
JM.
article.
I'll never forget when he quoted that article. And people were like, that's satire, right? He was like, where does it say that? They're like, at the top of
Top.
the article.
At the top it says this is a satirical look at how intelligent design looks stupid by comparing
Oh,
it by having people suggest that gravity isn't real.
post that article in chat in case people have never seen it.
I think it still lists that. Yeah,
Oh, I thought you had searched it and
let
uh
me see.
were looking at it.
Here we go.
And yeah, Facty says that he and Nana are literally demonstrating that you can talk to people without having to talk in public, without having to,
That's
say
it.
orange or say
Here we go.
33 or,
I found it.
other dumb things that idiots try to cherry pick out of articles.
I found it. You have to Google. Hold on a second, I'll list it right there. You actually have to Google is gravity a fact? It lists universal gravity is a theory, not a fact, regarding the natural law of attraction. This material should be approached with an open mind, studied carefully, critically considered, blah 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 blah. In fact, and not even a good theory, etc. etc. But like you said in the article itself, it states this is a satirical look at gravity as opposed to intelligent design. In other words, they were comparing it to the same people who said evolution is only a theory.
Oh, Facty just put up a thumbs up sign. That's a conspiracy. That's the Illuminati telling us that 33 because reasons.
Yeah, thumbs up means 33 apparently. Yeah,
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 it's in gematria.
in gematria. Anyway,
Such a
what's more bullshit?
such a broad thing. It's Mystery Babylon, this hidden society that has always been running parallel to people. There really has been this Hogwarts reality and the Muggle reality, and the Hogwarts people are the people who understand the culture, the Orange 33 Bafo culture. It's a culture, and they've lived their lives on this different level. And I don't want to say it's like above because they're all deceived too. And
I think Microraptor has it completely 120 fucking percent correct. Why would they ever risk being discovered by using symbolism? Why would they risk being exposed? Why? When they can just simply text each other in secret without telling anyone.
Because reasons.
Like, what the fuck, people?
So,
Fucking
uh,
moronic
uh,
imbeciles.
extremist groups, uh, that don't have the technology that we don't have access to the technology that we have, like uh before before smartphones, before uh uh secure chats were a thing. What they would do is they would go to like a public place and they would lay down on the ground and talk directly into the ground so that another person, the person they're talking to, could hear them, but a microphone, like someone trying to pick up their conversation, couldn't pick up what they were saying. And that's how they communicated. They didn't have to publish articles with the word orange in it because that is fucking stupid, Hans.
Yeah. Or the number
And
33.
also, what the fuck does Harry Potter have to do with Kay's cooking? And when are we going to talk about Kay's cooking? We're 2.5 minutes into your stupid video, and you haven't even mentioned the
Hey.
subject of the video.
Yeah. Let's listen. Let's see if he ever gets to Kay's cooking at all.
But it is this parallel reality. Anyways, one of the things about this parallel society, they collectively agree to just go along with things. That's one of their MOs, is to just go along with stuff and pretend it's real, even when they know that it's fake. And so just to get to the point,
All right,
if you don't
pause.
recognize this person,
I
you might
do
not
have to
recognize them right
say
here.
he's partially correct here because I go along with the whole Satan exists thing all the time because it triggers the fuck out of
Really,
idiots
Christmas.
like Hans and
Yeah.
flat earthers.
Yeah. Hey,
So
Hail
that's
Satan.
why I say hail Satan. I don't fucking believe in Satan, but it triggers them. So of course I'm going to act like a Satanist.
And Hans, this one's for you.
Fuck.
And this.
It's time to.
Yeah, I can't hear it, so I don't know when it's over. So I was
It's
just
over.
being quiet.
It's over. It's over.
All right, keep going.
Here because they're not wearing their classic bright orange shirt. This person is known for always wearing a bright orange shirt, and they're not special. I've told you stories before about I went to high school with somebody who they wore
Wait,
orange every single day.
pause. He made a video because this guy's not wearing an orange shirt in his video. Is that what this is about?
That's what it seems like to me.
He thinks that this is some sort of symbolism because the guy's not wearing an orange shirt. What the fuck is wrong with you, Hans?
Yeah. Yeah. Everything. Everything is wrong with Hans.
The answer is yes.
The answer is yes. Exactly.
What is wrong with you? Yes.
And also, Sir Little Wolf has a point there. If they're a secret, how the fuck do you find out about it? If it's such a secret, how the fuck do you know?
Because he's uber woke.
Like, oh, if it's supposed to be a secret, then how do you know? Because if you know, then it's not a secret anymore. Dipshit. Dipshit.
And in their senior,
Gamboy,
you know
you
how
utter
you get like a senior quote?
fucking-
They put
You utter fucking Gamboyd.
orange kid. And I had so many stories. I just have too many stories with the orange, personal stories, and it's just one of those things. They love the color orange. It's an inside joke, especially.
Hans, you're a smeghead. You're a smeghead.
I just imagine Hans sitting there in his grandma's basement discovering Angry Orange for the first time
Oh god.
and thinking that the Illuminati is ending the world right then. Like flipping the fuck out in his grandma's basement when he sees Angry Orange for the first time.
Yeah. Let's continue.
Especially bright orange. Okay, so what's that have to do with Kay's cooking? What the reason I picked this is because
Yes, I've been asking that
they pick
for
up on one
3.5
another's stuff.
minutes now, Hans.
and they love to go along with the play. So the whole thing about Kay's cooking, KC is 33 because K is the 11th letter and C is the third letter. It's 11-3. But
Oh
No, that would be 14.
Yeah, that would be 14. That would.
Or it would be 11-3.
Yeah.
Or 113.
the big thing about Kay's cooking is, well, a few things. One, that it's clearly a production, but they'll never tell you that, and they just play along like it's real. Have you noticed that there is this obsession with actors or people on the world stage. They're
It's a fucking YouTube channel where she cooks really, really, really badly.
Yeah. And I just want to point out, like, so I've been trying to learn Cyrillic, uh, because a lot of the Telegram channels that I follow are in Ukrainian and not in English,
Yeah.
and they write in Cyrillic. So I've been trying to learn it.
Oh, nice.
And uh, if you wrote Kay's cooking in Cyrillic, then both words would start with the letter K.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? Because all of a sudden it's not 11 and 3.
Yeah. Also, if you translate it to any other language, it'll be a completely different number because it changes name letters.
Yeah, it just happens to be those corresponding numbers of the alphabet in English, but not in any other language. So, like, what the fuck meaning does this even have, Hans?
You know.
It's literally seeing what you want to see. I could make anything I want into the number I want if I do stupid shit like that.
Like, say, if you translate it to Spanish, it would be La Cocina de Que Traducida.
Yeah.
Wait, oh wait, La Cocina de Que. Sorry, I don't
Yeah,
know.
La Cocina de Que.
La Cocina de Que. I don't know why I said translated, but yeah, yeah. La Cocina de Que is not 13. It would be a completely different number. Again, Kay's cooking in English doesn't mean anything. It just means Kay's cooking. It's just a name. So fucking what? Big deal.
Yeah. So Stellarium Celestia, my initials are 19 and 3. 1 plus 9 is 10. 10 times 3 is 30. And then the number 3. So you've got 33. So there, boom.
Yeah.
I just made 33.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean a goddamn thing. I'm talking to you, Hans. That doesn't mean a goddamn thing.
Yeah. Nothing whatsoever. Nothing.
I like how we paused on 420. Smoke them if you got them, folks.
Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Smoke 'em if you got 'em.
All
Lays
right,
up.
keep going.
Lays up.
obsessed with this idea of playing a character, but never ever breaking the character and never admitting that, oh, I'm an actor playing this character. They want to play along like this character is a real thing. To me, that's always been like really cringy. It's to see adults act like that, to me, is so cringy. Like, okay, sure.
To see you act like this, it's very cringy, Hans. You are
Yes.
pure, unadulterated cringe.
To anyone in this world that isn't a
Idiot.
stupid fucking moron,
A gimboid?
yes, Hans, you are cringe. Seeing an adult do shit like you do is pure cringe. And that's why we're here. We're here to point and laugh
Yeah.
at how retarded you are.
Yeah, and I hate that word, but you are fucking retarded. I
Yeah.
hate that word. I hate using that word. But you're making me use it. Because
Yeah.
you are. God damn. Fuck you, Hans. Fuck you for being so goddamn retarded.
5-year-olds, 10-year-olds might still be acting like that.
And yes,
But
yeah, anything you learned tonight is entirely coincidental. We are a point and laugh channel. That is what we do. We point and laugh at the stupid. We're not here to educate anyone. We're here to fucking point and laugh. That's
Exactly.
it. So, like I said, if you learn anything, it's entirely coincidental.
Yes.
to see grown adults like refuse
had
to
to
admit
put
that
out
they're
that,
playing a character, to me, there's something incredibly cringy about that. But anyways,
Disclaimer.
it's
Disclaimer.
one of
Yeah,
those
that's the word.
things, one of the ways that this place works. They love to play characters and to never break the character and to pretend like the character is a real person. And so that's what this whole Kay's cooking thing is. It's an act. They're putting on an act. It's
Yes, it's an act. It's
That's
her acting.
that's the definition of acting, is to put on a character and not break character.
Yeah, and I honestly believe Kay's cooking. I believe Kay is playing a character. I believe she can actually cook. I do believe she can actually
Yeah.
cook, but I think she's doing this just for the lulz. I think she's cooking badly to make herself
Yeah.
look bad, to have people laugh at her cooking.
I mean, it's a good concept. People
Yeah.
seem to really enjoy it.
Yeah, people love
And
Kay's cooking.
she makes money doing it. I
Oh,
mean,
she makes a lot of money doing it, sweetie.
yeah, I would do this shit too.
Yeah,
Like, you know,
100%.
that's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, all you have to do is buy cheap ingredients and cook badly.
Yeah.
That's it. And
Yeah,
well,
the-
and act like you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. The problem is I like food too much to just waste it by making bad food.
Yeah, me too.
satirical of British people being really bad at
No, Facty. Hans is not acting stupid. He is fucking stupid. That is not acting. He is
I
not
got to say
acting.
Hans isn't acting.
He isn't acting. That's not
Like
an act.
this is one of the dumbest human beings on this planet.
Yeah, he is.
cooking. So this person comes up with their cooking channel and they're taking the piss with how bad at cooking they are. Who knows? This person probably is a terrible cook in real life too, but
No, I actually, like I said, I actually think she's actually probably a pretty decent cook. She just cooks badly to make people laugh at her cooking.
Yeah.
'Cause it actually takes it takes talent to cook badly. Honestly, it does. It takes a lot of talent to cook badly.
Okay, I got two things I want to point out in chat. So, Stellarium Celestia, speaking of government cheese, one of the channels that I watch actually did a video explaining government cheese. And, you know, I had heard it a lot and assumed it was real, but didn't really know much about it. And it was super interesting to learn about what government cheese really was.
Yeah. Well, back
I'll try to find that video and link it real quick.
back during the Depression, they were giving out free food essentially, and government cheese.
Well, it
was
wasn't
part
just
of it.
during the Depression.
Well, they still do
Uh,
it. They still do it.
No,
but-
they don't do it anymore. They finally ran out. But
I'm saying there are organizations that do that. But it's not the government that does it now. It's private organizations that do it. But still, they have what's called
Yeah,
food banks, which relies entirely on donations. And
let's
there still is government cheese because they give government cheese to schools. Schools use government cheese in their cafeterias. I know because I used to work at a cafeteria, and we would get blocks and blocks of government cheese all the goddamn time. And these are huge fucking blocks of cheese. 25-pound boxes would come in every week. We would get at least 5 or 6 25-pound boxes each week. Yeah, that's a lot of cheese. It's over 150 pounds worth of cheese. That's a lot.
Okay. I'm gonna drop the link in chat to the government cheese video. Let's see, paste. There you go. There's the Enforcer. The Enforcer's a really good channel. They do a nightly stream 6 nights a week about the war in Ukraine. If you guys are interested in that, definitely check them out, but definitely watch that video about government cheese.
No, Solarium, actually the cheese that we got Actually, really good. The government cheese was actually really
Yeah,
fucking good.
a lot of people, and they talk about it in that video, like a lot of people actually really liked the government cheese.
It was good. I
A lot
mean,
of people didn't, but a lot of people did.
I would actually walk home with some. Well, actually, everyone in the kitchen walked home with some because we could never use it all. And
Yeah.
instead of letting it go bad, we just fucking we'd take 2 blocks home with us and we'd have.
I mean, they basically had a cave full of cheese. The
Yeah.
government bought a cave full of cheese and then spent decades giving it away, basically. Uh, but I also wanted to point out Tony Regime, that bad electrician who has loads of videos of him shocking himself, basically. Yeah, he's actually incredibly smart and a good electrician, but he does that for comedy, and it's a fucking brilliant channel.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, I can't think of his name, but yeah, it's a brilliant channel.
Most of these channels that do these stupid shit like Kay's cooking, they are actors. They act out these parts, and they're really good at it because you actually have to be really good to be that stupid. If that makes any sense.
Electro Boom. That's it.
But yeah, the whole government cheese thing started back right before the Depression and continued on through the Depression until I think the 1960s or 70s when they finally ran out. No, it was the 80s. It was the 1980s when they finally ran out.
No, I think it was the 90s.
It might have been the 90s.
They say in that video that I shared, and here's the link to Electro Boom's channel. If you guys don't know him, definitely check him out.
Oh yeah.
He's absolutely hilarious, and he's actually really smart.
Yeah, you're right.
And
You're right.
he does a lot of good videos.
You're right. It was the 90s. I remember people talking about government cheese up until the 90s all the time.
Yeah, it was like the late 90s, I think they said in that video. But yeah, they did a lot of research on it. The guys that run the Enforcer, they're brothers. I think they're both in law school. They're both extremely smart, but they started streaming about the war in Ukraine, and their channel kind of blew up because of it. And they have this huge channel now where they do a nightly stream about the war.
Well, let's get back on
All right,
topic.
yeah, back to Hans.
They clearly take the piss. They do things like they try to cook rice without putting any water in it and stuff like that. But the whole point of the channel is to pretend like it's real, even though it's
Atomic Shrimp.
They're not being genuine.
Yeah, Solarium. Atomic Shrimp's also a great channel. So.
Yeah. Imagine that, Hans. Imagine people trying to do things that are funny online.
Yeah.
I know it's a hard concept for someone like you to grasp, but there are people that find things funny, that like to watch funny things, that enjoy funny things.
Yeah. Like people like say Moist Critical.
Me?
I was going for someone who's actually popular.
Well, yeah, I was just talking about like people that like funny things.
Oh yeah. Yeah, people like funny things. Go figure. People like to laugh. Go fucking figure.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we do. We point and laugh.
Yeah, we're a point and laugh channel. That's all we are. But yeah, let's continue pointing and laughing.
They're purposefully trying to be bad. And more importantly than just that's what the channel's doing, is the comments are full of people going along with it. It's really obvious, at least to those with discernment. It's really obvious that this person is taking the piss. They're not being genuine with their bad cooking skills.
Yeah, you don't have discernment, dude. You don't.
Yeah,
You have negative discernment.
I'm starting to realize that Hans made this video because he doesn't understand comedy.
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't understand comedy.
Like he doesn't grasp the fact that people
like
are laughing at a channel that makes them laugh.
Yeah. Not everything.
So I remember back years ago when I used to actually do things on Facebook, there was a Facebook group called I think it was like Christians for Michelle Bachman or
Yeah,
something like
yeah,
that.
I remember that chat. I remember that page.
Yeah,
That was
and
fucking
you know
hilarious.
everything was misspelled and
The
everything.
homo gays.
Yeah, the homo gays and injecting the
Back to the
marijuanas and stuff
marijuanas.
like that. And so I would comment on things that it posted
I went to.
in the same style.
Oh, I wouldn't do that though.
And I would get notifications of people that didn't understand that it was comedy. Like replying to my comments on this, uh freaked out and pissed off that I was saying these things. And I was like, I never, or well, I would stay in character and reply sometimes. And it just made them even more mad that they didn't grasp that I was just,
Being parody.
poking fun at this.
Being a parody.
And yeah, it was like the Reddit, the subreddit r/whoosh.
Yeah, right over your head. Exactly.
Yeah. Like you're not getting this, dumbass.
Exactly. I would do the same as well, actually, honestly. I did do the same. I would reply to the thing. Sometimes I would reply to other people's comments saying, yeah, you're exactly right. And I'd be like, of course, misspelling every single word. Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably
Yeah,
actually referred to one or two of your comments without even knowing about it.
yes, Microraptor, I love the homo gays.
Love the homo gays. He loves the homo gays.
If you are on Facebook, go check out Christians for Michelle Bachman. It is one
Yes.
of the greatest groups ever created on Facebook.
But the funniest thing is, when it was first started, people actually thought it was serious.
Yeah.
People actually thought that it was really for real. Anyway, now that we've divulged off of that topic, let's get back
Yep.
to the
skills. They're purposefully
We're
trying to
never
get a
gonna
rise
finish
out of
this
people by
video.
being extremely bad at cooking. They love doing things like boiling ground beef, and just they obviously know. They know they're
Yes, because it's a parody. It's to laugh at. What
Yeah.
are you not getting?
Everything.
Good point. No. Yes. The answer is yes.
What are you not getting? Yes.
Yes, exactly.
I
Yes.
was about to say the same thing.
The answer is yes. What are you not getting? Yes.
doing it on purpose. But the comment section is full of people going along with the ride, because that's the culture. That's the Baphomet. I don't know that they all know that this goes back to Baphomet
It's
worship
Satan
and
that
the
they
alchemy,
laugh
and
at
I don't
funny
know how deep-
things.
Yeah.
I really think a lot of them just know, hey, people pay attention to people's hands. People throw hand signs. Orange, 33. I do believe some of them, that's the extent of their knowledge. And so for them, to get to the point of the Kay's cooking thing,
Orange.
Kay's channel is full of orange. It's like a known thing, the orange bowl. You'll see people in the comments mention the orange bowl. Oh, there, saw the orange bowl. Oh, where was the orange bowl? It's not a Kay's cooking video. Where was your orange bowl? I've seen comments talking about that. It's because, and those comments don't make any sense, but they make complete sense if you know about.
The reason they ask about the orange bowl is because you use it so often that it's become a mainstay of the channel.
Yeah.
Does he not understand that there are certain things as callbacks?
Yeah. Channels have inside jokes.
Yeah, they do. A lot of channels have inside jokes. Like
You know,
righteous, with Atomic Shrimp. He says, "I will
Yeah.
play with that with righteous indignation." That's an inside joke.
Yeah. And the Enforcer, the channel I was talking about earlier, they have the Leaf Spring Army. Like that's their thing. They have, channels have these little inside jokes and callbacks, things that they keep saying over and over. And we have the Derp Squirrels and a couple of
Tomatoes.
other things.
Tomatoes.
Yeah, tomatoes.
That's like a inside thing.
Yeah. Like and it can be shit that's completely innocuous to begin with. Like, the woman behind Kay's Cooking started using the orange bowl because that's what she had. She
Yeah,
had a bowl that
it was
happened to be
orange.
orange.
Yeah,
And then that's her favorite bowl to mix shit in.
I have a favorite bowl to make shit in.
Yeah, I do too. Everyone does.
Everyone does.
And hers happens to be orange.
Uh,
And so people get used to seeing it, and then it doesn't appear in a video. They're like, but where's the orange bowl? You
Yeah.
can't cook something. This isn't Kay's Cooking without the orange bowl.
Exactly. And they'll see another bowl and be like, wait, you get a new bowl.
Yeah.
What happened to the old
And-
bowl?
Yeah, it becomes part of the channel.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
That's how these things work, and Hans doesn't understand that.
he doesn't understand callbacks. He doesn't understand cooking, for one, because everyone has their own favorite cooking things. You know, like the orange bowl that apparently is her favorite bowl to mix things in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sir Little Wolf, in your video saying coffee, tea, or hot chocolate. Yeah.
Yeah.
And in CC Chris from New York's videos, good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are. CC Chris from New York, Westchester County.
Like, okay, there was this one inside joke that my dad had. It was,
I mean, fact you can make bacon in an orange bowl. It's just not going to be good.
like I was saying, like my dad had this thing where he would say, "Unask my chair." If I was sitting in his chair,
Yeah.
well, anyone sitting in his chair, he'd say, "Unask my chair." And at his funeral, that was one thing I told him. I said, "I unasked your chair for you."
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah.
it was one of those things.
Yeah. Every dad has a saying like that.
Yeah, his was, like I said, his was "Unask my chair."
Yeah.
Or I'll shove my foot so far up your ass you'll be tasting the leather for a week.
Yeah, and Microraptor points out that it's not a Bunker 33 stream without the after stream orgy.
Yeah, and
We
after the
can't
orgy, it's
have
the
a Bunker
cuddle. 33
stream without the orgy.
Then there's a 33-minute cuddle afterwards.
Yeah.
You have to have the cuddle. You have to have that 33-minute cuddle. Not 32 minutes, not 34 minutes, 33.
And we all pass around a cigarette during the 33-minute cuddle.
Yeah, because that it's a long cigarette. It lasts 33 minutes exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's 33 inches long.
Yes. All right, back to Hans.
Yeah.
About the secret that orange is a thing. It's just a thing. Just like 33, it's just a thing that these people pay attention
Yes,
to.
it's called
And it's a way for them to
color,
communicate with
Hans.
one another. Like, hey, built their channel knowing that if they fill it with orange stuff, that other club members will join in, and they'll want to join in on the fun for them of pretending
Wait,
like
fill
it's
it with
legitimate.
orange stuff.
The whole
It's literally one object in their videos. One object is a color, therefore conspiracy.
That's him. Dude is great at leaping to the leaps of logic he uses. Like, god damn.
It's like
this is the conspiratorial mind. This is the conspiratorial mind. We are doing a case study in the conspiratorial mind.
It's like the movie Office Space when the guy makes the leap to conclusions mat, except every conclusion on the mat is conspiracy for Hans. It's like you have the starting point, and no matter where you jump, it just lands on Illuminati Baphomet 33.
Let me see. I've got to bring this up. I've got to bring this image up. Just because. Just because. Because we're all in on it.
Yes, we're all in on it.
Wait, let's continue watching.
Fun of this channel is pretending like it's a real thing. So I don't know if this video is enlightening to anybody. Maybe you just know people that act like this in real life. You'll hear people like Jerry Seinfeld will mention stuff like this. Well, I know it's all fake, but it's more fun to go along with it. That's just the attitude of these people a lot of times. How could this person possibly just randomly have so much orange stuff?
Look, Quitties, I have orange tomatoes. I have orange tomatoes. Does that mean it's a conspiracy?
Yes.
Are orange tomatoes like a conspiracy? Hans? Are these a conspiracy? Are they?
You remember back in the 70s when everything Tupperware was either orange, yellow, or brown?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Like there's still stacks of Tupperware in my dad's kitchen that my mom bought in the 70s that are that nasty 70s orange, yellow, and brown because apparently those were popular colors. The 70s were fucking gross.
Yeah, they were. Honestly, they
Like
were.
the color schemes of the 70s were just nasty.
Doing some cleanup on the avatars and everything. Anyway, yeah, the '70s were gross. Pastel everything. God, the pastel. Oh,
No, pastel was 80s.
oh, yeah, it was. Yeah, you're right. Or then the '70s was the green, that
But
lime green. Everything was lime green.
yeah, yeah, there was the green and then there was the Halloween colors.
And the really, really light blue was also '70s. There was that nasty looking green
Yeah.
and the really nasty looking blue was '70s.
Like the aqua color
Yeah,
blue.
yeah.
Uh
Not
yeah,
not even
that
quite aqua. Not it was like off aqua.
yeah, green and the off aqua is a good way to describe it. Green
And yellow,
green
yellow, lots of
appliances
yellows,
and
lots of
and
yellow.
yellow appliances and
And
yeah,
they were all like matte color. They were all matte colors, not shiny, glossy. They were all matte colors, and it was
yeah.
ugly as sin. Is the best way to describe it. But yeah, that every age has had like its color scheme. Like now, it's all white and black and white. Everything is black and white now. Have you
A lot of
noticed that?
stuff is, but then a lot of interior designers are going to more bold colors again,
Yeah,
which some of it looks good, some of it
that's it.
doesn't.
Yeah.
Uh,
But the best right now interior designers are going with black and white because it has a more Art Deco feel to it.
yeah, and of course, white is it makes anything look more
Balance.
spacious.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
if you have a small room, you paint it white because it'll look larger.
yeah. Or they're also going with bright yellows, like really well, not bright yellow, but like a dull gold yellow look as well. It's a good color.
I despise that color. My mom loved that light yellow,
Yeah, I
and
because I remember
half our house growing up was that light yellow, and I hate it.
yeah, I remember your reaction when you walked into my den that one time.
Yeah.
The walls are just that two-tone yellow. You were like, ugh.
Yep.
You're like,
It just looks like someone has chain smoked 3 packs a day
Yeah,
for
it does.
30 years in the house.
It does. It looks like it was originally white, but someone
Yeah.
just chain smoked every single day for like 50 years, and the walls are just insane
I'm
with
pretty
it.
sure everyone in chat can actually smell what we're talking about right now.
Probably.
If you've ever been in a house like that, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, let's get back to Hans
Yeah.
and his stupidity.
So, what I want to connect this is to. I just think this is such a great topic, and I've done a video on it before, but it's worth repeating this. Why is this even a thing in high schools? Every high school, when they do the senior party, they put on a hypnosis show. It's a.
Because it's fun. Does he not understand what fun is?
No, he
Seriously.
doesn't.
Seriously.
And not every high school does it because
No.
mine didn't.
I didn't do it. No. We had a magic show, but it didn't have any hypnosis in it.
Yeah, we had a talent show,
Yeah, well,
and
that's what it was a talent show. We had
the
magicians and
year
stuff.
the year Titanic came out, like 6 different people sang that "My Heart Will Go On" song,
Oh, God.
in the talent show.
Oh,
It was terrible.
yeah, it was. That was a terrible time to be alive.
Yeah.
Anyway, he doesn't understand comedy. He doesn't understand fun. He thinks everything is a conspiracy.
Yeah.
There is something mentally.
And
There is something seriously mentally damaged with him. His fucking
Little
mentally
Wolf's got it right. Bathroom fetish people did decide that brown and yellow go well together. If you enjoy the poo poo and the pee pee,
Yeah.
and
It's a
yes, I
chance
did say that childishly. Poo poo and pee pee.
for the type A, outgoing, Baffo inverts to shine. And I don't know if you've ever been to one of these things, but they almost
Wait,
always they do
whoa.
stuff.
Rewind that. I
Oh.
have to hear that again. Go back about 10 seconds, 15 seconds. I want to make sure he said what I thought he said.
He put on a hypnosis show. It's a chance for the type A, outgoing, Baffo inverts to shine. And I don't
Okay,
know if you've ever
pause. Outgoing inverts?
I was thinking the
What
same
in
thing.
the holy fuck is an outgoing invert?
Because that's an oxymoron. That's the very definition of oxymoron. What?
With moron in capital letters here.
Yeah, with moron in capital letters.
All right, keep going. I thought I heard that, but I wanted to make sure.
Outgoing introvert. And the whole type A blah 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 personality thing. That has been discredited. There is no type A, type B, type C, etc. Personality types. It just doesn't exist. Everyone has their own different personality subset.
Yeah,
Everyone
I mean,
is
I can
unique.
be outgoing or I can be introverted. It depends on the situation.
Exactly. I am completely extroverted online. I will fucking, I will, what's it called? Put myself out there online. Offline, I can't get in a group of people where there's more than 5 people in a room. I will have a fucking panic attack. Online, I am fucking extroverted as fuck. But offline, I'm introverted as fuck. It's just, I mean, it's entirely situational dependent.
To group people into just one category, though, either you're extroverted or introverted. No,
No,
that's not how people work.
no, that's not how anything works.
Yes, I am sometimes an innie, sometimes an outie. That's what it's like being a grower, not a shower.
Yeah.
been to one of these things, but they almost always they do stuff at the beginning to choose the audience members. They won't just like take a crowd and be like you come up. They don't do that. They try to do some stuff at the beginning, and
yeah, Stellarium, just to kind of help you along there, I'm also, well, I'm not anthropophobia, but I have agoraphobia. I am afraid of very open, large areas. Like, if you took me out to sea, I would freak the fuck out because I cannot. It. My whole body just shivered there. Sorry. I can't stand wide open areas. It
Here's
scares the
something
fuck
that
out of me.
here's something that's weird about me. Uh, Back when I was in college, I went to college to become an actor, but eventually decided I wanted to do something else. But uh, I was really good, like on stage in front of a large audience. When we had several hundred people in the audience, I I fed off that. I loved that. I loved being in front of a large audience. But if I was doing something in front of a small audience, like 20 people or something, that's when I got nervous.
Yeah.
It was really weird. And yeah, Tony, it does depend on how much alcohol and cocaine I've had. I'm definitely a lot more extroverted once I get good and coked up,
Yeah. Once I
or
get
good
good
and
and coked
drunk,
up, I'm
or
fine.
good and both.
Once I'm good and coked up, I'm fine. I don't
Yeah.
give a shit. I just don't give a fuck when I'm good and coked up. Like, fuck it. Do anything. I fucking snowflame whenever I'm... You know what snowflame is? You know who snowflame is?
I've heard of it, but I don't really know.
Snowflame is, I think, I can't remember if it's Marvel or DC, but no, it's DC. That Snowflame is definitely DC. His superpower was cocaine.
Nice.
His superpower was cocaine. He was a cocaine. He was a gang leader who sold cocaine on the streets, and whenever he took cocaine, he became like a supervillain, basically. He literally, had super strength like Superman and all that other shit. But his name was
I
Snowflame.
mean, when I do a lot of cocaine, that's what happens with me too.
I think that's what happens with everyone when they take cocaine.
I become super good at billiards.
Like, yeah, I'll show it. I'll show an image real quick. I'll copy this.
Yeah, the ocean. Okay,
Put it
so
away.
when Punchy was here, we went to the beach for a few days, and I love the ocean. I have always loved the ocean.
No, I can't.
I don't really like going out, way far in the ocean and getting in, because there are, big sharks out there that can eat me. But just like at the beach where I go out and, just beyond the breakers or something. So we go out on the beach one day, and I just start walking out into the water, and Punchy's with me. And I get out past the breakers, and I turn around, and Punchy's standing like ankle deep, and he won't go any further. He was like, "I'm scared of water that I can't see the bottom." I was
Well,
like, "Dude, nothing's going to kill you going out this far at this time of year." Now, we do have great white sharks that will swim by as they migrate north to south every year, but they don't come in that close.
with me,
And especially early in the year, this was May, especially that early in the year, the sharks, tiger sharks and stuff like that, like they're not coming that close to where we were. So there was literally nothing to worry about except maybe stepping on a crab.
with me though, I'll actually tell you why it is for me. Um, I was around 8 years old. We were on a friend's yacht in the middle of Myrtle Beach, on deep in the ocean. I fell off the
Yeah.
yacht. I fell off the yacht and nearly drowned. I mean, they had to perform CPR on me and everything. And ever since then,
Uh,
I cannot go near the ocean without freaking the fuck out. Well, not near the ocean, but on the ocean
yeah.
in a wide
And
open
in
space.
you are wrong. Have you never seen Sharknado?
Sharknado. That was a great movie. But yeah, let's get back to it because
Yeah.
we're almost through. We're almost through. 3 more minutes.
They'll say that they're like, I don't know. I don't know what they say. They just make up BS. But just to give you an idea, I've been to one on a cruise. Oh my gosh, cruises are the worst. Anyways, they had us do stuff with our hands. Like, oh, hold your hands in this way, think, count, like they tell you a story and you're supposed to be doing stuff with your hands. They're looking around to see, well, one, probably to see how inverted these people look. If somebody looks like they have a look, they got the look. So if people got the look, they'll be noticing them. Or people are probably flashing hand signs during this portion. If the person's telling you to make your hand into a fist, but you're sitting there flashing the triad claw at the guy, he might pick you to go up there. And because I remember, it's one of those weird memories that sticks with you. They're total, very Masonic guy, Dumpy Freemartin, who works in a shop, dime a dozen. There's so many of these people, missing a finger. Loves super doodly people with fake boobs, fart jokes, all the things. It's like they're 12 years old still. I remember
It's like
they
you're 12 years
seemed
old still,
when
dude.
the
You're 12
when the
years old.
hypnotist guy on the cruise finish
So
picking on the people.
they're mentally far ahead of where Hans is.
Yes,
Is
exactly.
what he's saying.
And also, I have been in a hypnosis show. I have never seen any of them tell you to do hand signs. Never. I don't
I've
know
never been to
what.
a hypnosis show, so
I don't
I've
know what the fuck he's talking about. And most of the people that do this hypnosis bullshit show, they play along with it just because, it's fun to play along with it. There's no
yeah.
actual hypnosis going on. They're playing along with it. That's it. Because they think
Yeah.
if you don't play along, it'll look bad. So
Because
play along.
hypnosis is bullshit.
Yeah, because hypnosis is bullshit. But they play along with it because they think, oh, it'll make him look bad, and why not? I'll just play along. It'll be fun. It'll be fun to play along. So they play along and do what the hypnotician tells them to do. That's it. There is no actual hypnosis going on because hypnosis is bullshit. You can't be hypnotized. You can there. Okay, you can be there's something called hypnagogic recollection. However, hypnagogic recollection is also not that great at recalling things because your mind will make up things and to it'll make up things in order to fill in the blanks where your memory has had blanks in it basically. Because our memory is
Yeah.
not perfect. Our memory, our minds are not a fucking hard drive where it keeps everything in order at all times. There will be blanks in your memory. And hypnagogic regression makes you fill in those blanks with other erroneous data in order to make it seem like it's in a full, complete memory, but it isn't. So even hypnagogic regression doesn't work. And it's
Right.
one of the most used forms of hypnosis where someone will quote unquote dive into your memories to try to make you remember things. That's why no lawyer in his right mind would use that as evidence in a trial. Because
Yeah,
they
and
tried that. They
that
actually at one point it was allowed until actual research was done into it, and they said, "Nah, that's no."
that's also why witnesses in trials sometimes recount their testimony because
That's differently.
a prosecutor or someone like that can lead them uh
Yeah,
basically gaslight them into believing
yeah,
something that they didn't see,
yeah,
and then later on they'll realize that they were gaslit and
yeah,
realize that what the person told them and what they testified to was not correct.
yeah. Exactly. Like I said, your memory has holes in it. It's like Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
Your memory is Swiss cheese. It's not perfect. It will have holes in it.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going.
I remember looking over and that Martin seemed really disappointed that he didn't get picked, and he was like rubbing his hands together. And to me, it just seemed really weird. Like, why are you sitting there rubbing your hands together? I bet he was doing something with his hands, and he was disappointed.
Oh
that
yeah, he was a
he didn't get
Freemason
chosen.
because he
So
was
I
rubbing
bet
his
he was
hands
just flashing a
together.
hand sign, and he was disappointed that they didn't choose him to go up to the hypnosis show. Okay, the point is, I don't think I've told the secret yet. So a lot of you probably already know the secret. The secret behind hypnosis shows is that there's an ample supply of people in this world who are willing to lie to go along with the show. And it just tells you so.
He actually got that right. He
Yeah.
actually fucking got that right. He's saying exactly what I said. That there are people, they just lie and they pretend to go along with it. And that's everyone that gets quote unquote hypnotized. Not just a couple people that go along with it. Everyone that goes along with it because it's just fun to do.
Yeah. I mean, hypnosis isn't a real thing, so
No, it isn't.
you are just going along with it.
Yeah.
And, even if you believe in it, you're still just going along with it, even though you may not be consciously understanding that
Yeah.
you're just playing along.
Yeah, exactly.
much about everything if you can really understand that that you really are surrounded by tons of people who are willing to just blatantly lie in a childish way about stuff like, oh, hypnosis is real. I'm going to go up there and pretend that I'm really hypnotized. And these people will swear up and down, oh, nope, I was totally hypnotized, to their non-initiate friends. That's basically...
Yeah, it's called pranking. It's called pranking.
Yeah, it's a lot like people that say they saw a ghost.
Yeah.
You know, because it seems cool. Ooh, I saw a ghost. That makes me better than you.
Yeah. Or I know this. I have this secret knowledge that you don't have. Flat
Yeah.
Earthers.
basically it. Right? This is not a real thing to be hypnotized so that you put a shoe up to your face or...
Oh, so he actually... Okay. I will give this to him. He is completely right. Hypnosis is not a thing. Good on you, Hans, for actually getting one goddamn thing right for once in your goddamn life.
Yep.
You act insane. And it's going to be a bunch of no-hipped, long-torsoed girls doing it, and T-Rex armed boys doing it. And every high school.
Back to the transvestigation bullshit.
Yeah, back to the trans hate. Great.
Yep.
Back to the transphobia. Just fucking ruined it, Hans. You fucking ruined it.
Yeah, imagine that you're looking at teenagers whose bodies haven't fully developed yet.
And thinking that that woman is a man and that man was a woman.
Yeah. That's how bodies work, whether you understand it or not, Hans.
Yeah. Oh,
full of enough people. Well, look, a lot of orange up there, a lot of bright orange. If you really want to get picked for the hypnosis show, wear bright orange.
Wait, whoa,
scream...
a lot of bright orange, as in two guys are wearing orangish shirts?
No, one guy's wearing orange, the other guy's wearing yellow. That's yellow and orange.
It's kind of a burnt orange.
But everyone
color.
everyone else is wearing white, blue, I think pants, either purple or pink.
Yeah.
And black.
I see two people wearing orange-ish.
Orange-ish, yeah, I'll say orange-ish.
That's not a lot of orange.
Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 people. 2 out of 20. That's what? 220, 110.
That's 10%.
That's 10%. That's 10%.
Of that picture, but then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 above it as well. So
and none of them are wearing orange. None of them are wearing
less than 10%, according to Hans, is a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah, less than 10% is a lot.
Really loud and look the guy in the eyes and flash him hand signs and see if you get picked up to be on a hypnosis show. I bet you will. So yeah, orange is a really big thing, and these people are Arrested Development, Orange 33. I thought it was funny how I just looked up this to show how Arrested Development is bright orange, and then The Office is orange too, with the masonry floor. And
they chose orange because orange is a bright color, and it's flashy.
Catches your eyes.
It catches your eyes, exactly. Orange is the new black. I wonder what he feels about orange is the new black.
Well, I remember that trend. So they follow color wheels when they design things like this.
Yeah.
And there was that trend in like the mid 2000s where literally every movie poster and every TV show was yellow and blue.
Yellow and blue. Okay, yeah.
Because they're opposites on the color wheel. And so they thought that will catch your eye. So fucking every movie poster in like 2005 to 2008 or something like that was yellow and blue.
Yeah.
And it was annoying.
Yeah, it was.
Modern Family has the kind of...
But yeah, in the 90s it was red and black. There was a lot of red. There was a lot of red and black in the 90s.
And now he's saying Modern Family is orange. No, it's a sunset, Hans.
Yeah, that's the sunset. That's the fucking sunset.
Orange sunset behind it. And 30 Rock looks like it's orange.
30 Rock's white! 30 Rock, that is completely white! How the fuck is that orange?
Okay, we have learned that Hans is colorblind. Awesome.
white is orange now.
He
White,
just sees orange.
white is the new orange, apparently.
That's
Everything
it.
is the
I
new
hope you enjoyed this
orange.
video. God bless everyone.
God damn. Okay.
And that's about as much stupid as I can possibly take for the evening, since we've been going for over 2.5 hours.
Yeah. That's all the stupid I can take. That's,
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't learn a goddamn thing tonight.
Neither did I.
I think I think I actually forgot some things.
Well, I will say I did learn something. I learned that Hans is very triggered by the color orange.
Yeah.
I wonder what happens when Hans walks into a pumpkin patch.
Oh god. Probably triggered the fuck out.
He probably curls up in the fetal position and cries.
Yeah, probably. Oh,
Yeah, that was
That was-
a lot of stupid packed into
that was highly
what, about
dense.
20 minutes of video?
That was highly dense stupid. In
Yeah.
19 minutes. 19 minutes altogether. Not even 20.
Yeah,
no,
that
19.
was oh yeah. I'm sure, Little Wolf, I am sure that Hans probably will have a video talking about how pumpkin spice season is somehow the Illuminati.
Yeah, yeah, Sir Little Wolf, you're right. I did relearn that Hans is an idiot. I completely relearned that Hans is a fucking idiot.
All right, so yeah, we'll keep trying to get in touch with Shane and do this debate at some point.
Yeah.
Hopefully soon.
Hopefully.
I don't know what happened, but hopefully, he's okay and
Something's okay, yeah.
Everything's good, and he just was busy or something and couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see what happens. And we'll be back next week.
Yeah, and since we love that song so much,
yeah, let's close to our new favorite song.
anyway,
All right.
Thank you for
Good
watching.
night, everyone.
Like I was about to say, thank you for watching. We'll be sure to return the favor. I am downloading this song.
Yeah, this song's awesome.
It's Mau Mau 105 by T-Pain. If anyone's curious. Mau Mau 105 by T-Pain.
Drop the link
Yeah.
in the chat.
Alright, but drop the link. Oh shit. I'm dropping the link right now.
Everybody's heard about the bird.
Might be our new opening and ending. I might just keep this as our opening and ending.
Yeah. I like it.
I like it.
Everybody's heard about the bird.
You know, I wonder if Hans sees road construction, sees orange cones, and thinks that the Illuminati is somehow controlling the roads.
Probably.
Well, everybody's heard about the bird.